welcome to Herald TV News at 3 with me, Tasleem. It's Goa statehood at 36 that we will be celebrating on Tuesday. Now, in this 36 years, the question arises that has the development been a pseudonym of rampant agitation and corruption, or the power with statehood has done well for the betterment of Goa and its key people? This was one of the key discussion in Herald TV's recent point-counterpoint debate. Here the panelists also spoke on the impact of development after statehood in Goa. And while the development has increased Goa's gross state domestic product and led to a flourishing tourism sector, there have been concern of corruption and environmental destruction.
One is that our identity and our aspirations for Goa being a state has been fulfilled politically or as an identity, but there has been rampant development. Hills have been bulldozed for this development. Just to take example of the Reshmagos hill, it was a beautiful green hill,
yes,
and they have put up that structure. Now huge structure is coming up. First hill that came up was that Tata this in Betim. So one after another our hills are being cut, axed everywhere. The trees are being axed. Okay, so natural heritage is on the radar of insensitive development. So our natural heritage is being destroyed. Now we are worried about our river being diverted, our springs, our ponds, our lakes. People throw garbage, and there is rampant construction everywhere.
Just should be intellectual hub. That's what they say. It can be because people of Goa are really intellectuals. But what is the government doing?
Right.
It should be educational hub. What Goa is doing? Nothing of that sort. Here the people, we have to work hard to keep the people in this land, and for that purpose right skill should be, they should be trained with the right skill, and they should be given the opportunity to work. The development should not be based on the increase in money. There should be not, there should be happiness index for the development. You should be happier than what you were before. Ultimately, what for we live? To live happily. Now, Goa is much higher in development index, but what is the use of that when more than 40% of the people are living under poverty? They are living in poverty. You have to accept. But we cannot see them how they live. They don't want to tell what are their problems, what they are facing. But still they are. So what we want after this achieving statehood was that all people are better than what they were before. But it is not happening. Why it is not happening? Because it is secluded to a certain group of people who are very close to the power, who are in the corridors of the power. They enjoy the fruits. Right. So we have to think of the happiness index. For happiness index, we have to think of the environment. We have to think of the food that we use today, the pesticides that is used by the farmers, right, and what they are getting, the health aspect, and then only we can say there is development.
Yes, in terms of getting more power, in terms of getting more financial autonomy, political autonomy, or autonomy in terms of decision making, whether we have used it to the best way we could or not may be debatable, but it is certain that we have got a lot of power. Yes, as what I agree with my seniors here who said that probably we have misused, or our politicians have misused power and misused this particular autonomy. But I believe that collectively, if you look at qualitative and quantitative indicators, statehood has done us much good. When I'm saying this, I must also caution all of us that, see, it is not that everything you would gain by getting your statehood. You need to manage your affairs very well. And then Goa, the small size of the state is an advantage and also our disadvantage. So remember, meaning once we talk about beautiful Goa, green Goa, clean Goa, etc., if development has to happen, maybe somewhere we need to take a toll. And then of course your natural beauty, heritage also does take a toll, and it has happened. In Goa it has happened to a little greater extent, and one must admit that we are unable to retain, or we have been unable to retain, the beauty of our natural resource. But to a greater extent we have led to more happiness in terms of our development indicators. we have got more political and financial autonomy. Probably we have not been able to use well because the politicians have failed us, but statehood overall has made us good. So per capita income, etc., we have grown excellently well as compared to other developing countries. I'm not even comparing states. But there are some three important problems or very perennial problems of the state. First, the economy, the structural economy of Goa is eroded now. What do I mean by that? First, Goa was an agricultural economy, a self-sustaining economy, and we were producing most of the things which Goans needed during liberation or before liberation or after liberation, before statehood. Now, right from poultry to chicken to bread, we are not dependent on, right from milk, we are dependent on other states. We are not even having a self-sustaining model. The structure has changed to such an extent that once upon a time an agricultural economy has become a service dominant economy. I have no problems about services if the services comprises of IT exports, if it comprises of pharma exports, it comprises of high skill. But here when I'm talking about services in the state of Goa, these services are only come from maybe casino dealings, or it comes from real estate, or it comes from hotel and entertainment. Now these are not sustaining models. Right. So therefore the structure of the economy has eroded. So that's the first problem. Second, we have seen is massive unemployment. If you look at the numbers today of Goa state, it is the highest across all states in the country. And
the
unemployment figures are highest. Now why should the smaller state, which is otherwise a prosperous state, have high numbers of unemployment? It is because of that there are no opportunities. We have not been able to go at good investments in the sectors which are which can create employment, or probably our education system has failed us to such an extent that we are producing an army of unemployable people, unemployable graduates. All these factors has led to massive unemployment, and that's the reason exodus is one of the things. Third, we have messed up with our entire financial economy. As a government, here I blame all the successive governments after 80 or 85 or 87 after the statehood. None of these governments, successive governments, have taken care of inclusive planning or financial planning for the state in terms of balancing the expenditures with the revenue, or looking it for new sources of revenue, or doing a balancing act of spending from what you have rather than spending from borrowings.
Correct.
Our borrowings or public debt has increased, and it has increased to such an extent.
It's about 24,000 crores now.
Yeah, it is just a minimal figure.
24,000 crores.
If you really would like to put an estimate, I would put it at around 32,000 crores for the entire state of economy, because there are very hidden factors. So we say off balance sheet funding,
right,
that shows the amount as small. So
also the point is that you need to get more money to even fund the interest.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
So here we are unable to even service our debts.
Correct.
So that's a greater problem. So I feel that unemployment, erosion of the financial structure and erosion of an economic structure are three important or perennial problems which Goan economy has to face, not only now, but Goans will have to face this for the long term.
Bureau Report for Herald TV.
The road work at Chivar along the Shapara-Anjuna road has faced major delays over the past 5 months, leaving the residents and tourists frustrated with incomplete infrastructure. One of the major issues is the absence of signboards, creating confusion and inconvenience for the people navigating the area and forcing them to take a longer route. With the monsoon season approaching, the situation has become more pressing as people are demanding that the road constructions be completed without delay. However, despite the demands, the road remains incomplete.
हांव आतां चिवारीन आमच्या वागाथोर रोडाचेर आनी आमचो मेन म्हणटा ते इशू ऑफ कितें आहा मेन इशूच्या टायमार अशें आहा आयज हांव पळयता रस्त्याक पयलीं आमी 1 वर्स दूख काडलें ह्या रोडाक आनी आतां कमीत 5 म्हयने जाले की हो रोड जो आमचे कोणें आमकां खबर ना की कोणें उलयला आनी हांवें आयज ITI मागलें आनी पर्सनल हांव तांकां विचारलें बाबा तुमी हे रोड जो फोडलात केन्ना जातलो आनी केन्ना करतले तेन्ना म्हाका तेंच्यान पर्सनल आमचे कडेन कांय येवंक ना तेन्ना हांवें ITI मागलें ITIक टायम लागतली कित्याक लोकांची ही कोंडी जर तर तांकां हांवें विचारलें बाबा जर तुमी केला जाल्यार हांगा एक सायन बोर्ड ना हांगा लोकांची कितली फसेदी जाता हांगा कोण आनी मेन म्हणजे ते आमचे हो सिजन को भायले कोण ट्युरिस्ट येता हॉलिडेक आनी तेन्ना आमी कितें पोट भरपाचें आसता म्हाका तरी एक दिसता की आमच्या MLAनूच म्हाका चडशें दिसता आमच्या MLA आनी आमचो जो पंच आहा न्हू हांगा तेणें कितें मेळोन हांगलो डेव्हलप आमचो वागातोर जो आहा न्हू आनी हेजो शापोर जावन तो डेव्हलपमेंट काबार करपाचो चिंतला, कालांगूट सायडीचो ओपन करपाचो चिंतला अशें म्हाका दिसता. नाजाल्यार हो रोड काडूंक जाय तर कोण तरी दवरूंक जाय, सायनबोर्ड लावंक जावो, तेका अक्कल आसूंक जाय न्हू. तेका सायनबोर्डा लोक येता पळय पळया ती हांगर बावडे तरी इल्लो रोड हांगा देवाक मारून वॉल मारून परत तिकडे वयचें पडटा. अरे तुमी एटलिस्ट सायनबोर्ड मारूंक जाय. डेव्हलपमेंट करता बाबा बोर्ड पेपरार घालूंक जाय, बाबा हो रोड इतके म्हयने बंद आसतलो, कितें तरी आतां सुविधा देवाच्यान आहा म्हूण सांग इकडे. पूण म्हाका सांग आतां पावस तेंकलो, आतां तरी मातसो रावन थालो, फाल्यांच्यान पावस सुरू जावंक शकता, परवाच्यान सुरू जावंक शकता. जाल्यार हो तर पावस सुरू जालो जाल्यार हो रोड असोच उरतलो आनी ह्या रोडाक आनी आमचें डेव्हलपमेंट कांय जावचें ना. कसली वॉर्डर आनी आतां परत सोडटा, परत आतां उश्ट येता पळयात तुमकां दिसता पळया लोकांची कशें हालत. एक थंय तर कितेंच ना, एक सायनबोर्ड ना, कांय ना. फक्त ही कितें लोकांक दिशाभूल करपाची. आमची कितें एमएलए न्हिदल्या 4 दिसांनी करता ते. आमच्या एमएलए खबर ना बाबा हो आमचो डेव्हलपमेंटाचो रोड वागातोर म्हणून लोक मॅपाचेर येतात, लोकांक खबर ना थंय सायनबोर्ड तरी मारा. लोक पडटा मट्टा हांगर. आतां कितके जाण पडले त्या व्हान फोडलो रस्तो. आतां केबल घालूं तर कितें हेजो कितें कायदो. आनी आतां पुरय आनी हेजेर कितें डामार घाली परत नेमतले, मागीर आमी पडोन मरतले. आमची एमएलए इकडे येवची ना बंद आमी येतले नेमतले सगळें पुरोवन भितर वयतले, रस्तो वांकडो जातलो आनी मागीर आमच्यो गाडयो अश्यो स्लीप जावन पडटले. तेन्ना कितें आमकां एमएलए कांय दिता आनी मागीर म्हणटात हेल्मेट घाला. अरे तुमी सांगतात हे सारकें न्हू. हो जाता तितक्या बेगीन ताबडतोब रोड जावंक जावो आनी कहो जावंक जावो की खरीच 10 फावटी वॉट मिक्स करतात, 10 फावटी तुमी फोडटात. कितें प्लॅनिंग आहा तुमचे कडेन? तो प्लॅनिंग तुमचे कडेन कितेंच ना, कांयच ना. पळया लोकांची खंय हालत जातात पळय. हे पळय एकामेकाक कशें पडटा पळया. खंय सायनबोर्ड मारिता.
Prakash Kadekar for Herald TV.
The locals of Morji have raised concerns about a landowner who is allegedly trying to block a public road that has been utilized by the locals for the past 20 years in Kanekwada, Morji. The residents have emphasized the significance of this road as it serves as a crucial access route for them to reach their homes. They assert that any obstruction to this road would cause significant inconvenience and disrupt their daily lives. They have also requested the concerned authorities to intervene and find a solution.
The locals of Mojim have raised concerns over a landowner who is allegedly trying to block a public road that has been utilized by the locals for the past 20 years in Kanaikwada, Moji. The residents have emphasized the significance of this road as it serves as a crucial access route for them to reach their homes. They stated that any obstruction to this road would cause significant inconvenience and disrupt their daily lives. They have requested the concerned authorities to intervene and find a solution.
ग्रामसभेक एक विषय येयलो की जी पारंपारीक रस्तो केल्लो एक्चुअली डांबरीकरण केल्लो रस्तो आसा पळय तो कोणी तरी एका भाटकारान ब्लॉक केला. सो आमी आयज तो रस्तो पळोवपाक गेल्लो. तो खऱ्यांनीच तेंच्यांनी ती बंद करून तेंच्यांनी एक सायडीकसून अल्टरनेट काडला जो चलोन वचपाची वाट जावं टू व्हिलर वचपाच्या वाटे सारकोच आसा. कारण कशें आसा ही गजाल खूब पयलींची एक्चुअली खूब पयलीं तेका डांबरीकरण जाल्लेलें. आयज ते आपल्या म्हटले प्रॉपर्टी जायत तशीच प्रॉपर्टी आसात पूण ज्या जाग्यासून ऑलरेडी रस्तो गेला पळय तो रस्तो बंद करप ही चुकीची गोश्ट. म्हाजी एक्चुअली एज अ डेप्युटी सरपंच जावं पंचायत मेंबर एक रिक्वेस्ट आसा हायर ऑथॉरिटी कडेन. आमचे कडेन आसा पूण आमचे कडेन एकदां आयदर कितें तरी येवन तांकां तो क्लियर करून दिवचो कारण डांबर आसा ऑलरेडी. एक गजाल अशी जावं शकता ती त्या टायमार कंसर्न एनओसी घेवंक ना आसतली आनी इवन न्यू हॉटमिक्स जे कार्पेट घालपाचें आसा त्या हॉटमिक्स कार्पेटान हो रस्तो ऑलरेडी प्लांटार लागलेलो आसा. एस्टिमेट करून हॉटमिक्स कार्पेटूय जाला जे ऑर्डर येयलेली आसा. थोड्याच वेळान ते घालतले म्हणजे दिवाळीच्या उपरांत ते हॉटमिक्स कार्पेट घालपाक येतले. सो अशा वेळान जर फाटल्यान जर 10-20 घरां आसा आनी एक कोण तरी आडोवप ही चुकीची गजाल. आनी दुर्दैव अशें दिसता की कारण ट्युरिजम स्टेट मोर्जी बरो ट्युरिस्ट एरिया आसल्या कारणान अशें तरी कोणूय एकल्यान कोणी तरी रस्तो एक्सेस आडोवप ही चुकीची गजाल म्हाका तरी दिसता. तिणी तेजो कितें तरी अल्टरनेट काडूंक जाय. आयदर ताका थंयसून नाका जाल्यार एक 3 मिनटाचो एक्सेस तेज्यात खंयसून तरी सायडीसून दिवन तो एक अल्टरनेट येवपाची वचपाची वाट लोकांची ओपन करून दिवंक जाय. हो विशय आतां जर सॉल्व जायना जाल्यार सर म्हाकाय कांय कळना कारण फाटले लोक कशे वयतले त्या रस्त्यार कारण रस्तो आतां नेसेसिटी सरकारूय हे गजाली करता. स्वयंपूर्ण गोंय सारके अशे कॉन्सेप्टान जर लोकांक जर जनरल नेसेसिटीचे जे रस्ते उदक जाय ते जर गांवांना जाल्यार खरीच दुर्दैव दिसता गोंया सारक्या स्टेटीचे. सो मागता सरकारा कडेन मामलेदार डेप्युटी कलेक्टर आनी पुलीस प्रोटेक्शन अलॉंग विथ पंचायत आनी लोकल येवन तो मातसो कितें तरी तेजेर तोडगो काडचो.
तेचे पयलीं हो 10 वर्सां हे आसल्यो तांबडो मट्टी घालून ती रोड केल्लो तेचे पण 2002 तेका टार रोड जालो तेसून तो आज मेरेन चालू आसलो वडेकारा खातीर तो अकस्मात एका मध्यस्थ नदी श्रीकांत ह्या मनशान तो रस्तो बंद केल्लो आहा आनी तो आयज म्हणटा तो आपूण एका NOC दिवंक ना जेव्हा तो आयज तेका रस्तो जाल्यार 21 वर्सां जाली तेचेर ह्याचेर गव्हर्मेंटा कडेन हांव मागता की तेंच्यांनी येवन तो क्लियर करून दिवचो मामलेदार डेप्युटी कलेक्टर पुलिसेन प्रोटेक्शन घेवन हो क्लियर करचो इतलेंच हांव सांगता.
Maqbool Malgimani for Herald TV.
The Vasco police on Sunday arrested 3 women who were involved in stealing cash from a wine shop at Baina with the help of a minor girl. The 3 women, identified as Nandini Kumar 18, Sutukala Kale 40 and Pallavi Shinde 29, along with 2 minors, all from Pune, entered a wine shop in the Valmiki Business Centre, Baina, on the pretext of buying beer. While one of them kept the salesman busy, another woman sent the minor girl near the drawer and took away Rs 1,800. The entire incident was captured on CCTV, which was handed over to the police, who have nabbed the gang near the railway station.
The Vasco police on Sunday arrested 3 women who were involved in stealing cash from a wine shop at Baina with the help of a minor girl. The 3 women, identified as Nandini Kumbar, Sukuthala Khale and Pallavi Shinde, with 2 minors, all from Pune, entered a wine shop in the Valmiki Business Centre, Baina, on the pretext of buying beer. While one of the women kept the salesman busy, another woman sent the minor near the drawer and took away Rs 1,800. The entire incident was captured on the CCTV, which was handed over to the police, who later nabbed the gang near the railway station. The police registered a case against the 3 women under Section 260, read with 34 of the IPC, while the 2 children, a 7-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy, have been kept at the Apnagar. Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
A passenger bus owned by GMR company was involved in an accident on the Perne Naibag road on Monday at 1:30 am. Fortunately, no injuries were reported as a result of the accident. The police arrived on the site to assess the situation. More details are awaited.
A passenger bus owned by the GMR company was involved in an accident along the Perne Naibag road on Monday at 1:30 am. Fortunately, no injuries were reported because of the accident. The police arrived on site to assess the situation. More details are awaited. Maqbool Malgimani for Herald TV.
In a special Gram Sabha, locals from Giri raised the issues of flooding and filling of land in low-lying areas. These issues turned hot as the locals attacked the Panchayat for their silence towards rampant land filling and illegal activities going on in the village.
In a special Gram Sabha, locals from Giri raised issues of flooding and filling of land in low-lying areas. These issues turned hot as the locals attacked the Panchayat for their silence towards rampant land filling and illegal activities going on in the village.
The issues being raised up today were again, this is for the 3rd consecutive Gram Sabha with regards to illegal rampant low-lying filling of land. Okay, first thing. Second is tenant verification and illegal constructions. Illegal constructions without any permissions, without anything. The reason why low land filling is the topic has been brought up is because Giri is known for flooding. Every year Giri has been known for flooding. Here the done. It's the same story for the last, since August, this is the same story going on. And every time we raise the issue, it is the same story.
Prakash Karekar for Herald TV.
The Feast of the Holy Spirit was joyously observed on Sunday at the Holy Spirit Church in Margao. Father Nazareth Fernandez, the Superior of Pillars, served as the main celebrant for the Eucharistic ceremony. Numerous devotees were present, numbering in the hundreds to partake in the festivities.
The Feast of the Holy Spirit was joyously observed on Sunday at the Holy Spirit Church in Margao. Father Nazareth Fernandez, the Superior of Pillar, served as the main celebrant for the Eucharistic ceremony. Numerous devotees were present, numbering in the hundreds, to partake in the festivities.
Hi everyone, happy Feast of the Holy Spirit. The Feast of Holy Spirit was celebrated today on Sunday at Holy Spirit Church, Margao. Father Nazareth Fernandez, Superior of Pillar, was the main celebrated. Many devotees attended the feast.
ये पवित्र आत्म्या सरकारी फुडाऱ्यांक स्वताचे दिवे कर. आमचे क्रिस्ती सरकारी फुडाऱ्यांनी सुम्या जेजूचे शिकवणे प्रमाणे चलून पवित्र आत्म्याचे दिरान समाजान स्वताचे आनी प्रमाणीकपणाचे दिवे जावन तांकां बापाचो आदार मागुया. ये पवित्र आत्म्या
Ignacio Noronha for Herald TV.
Locals from Para have been facing issues of traffic congestion and nuisance due to the tourists, especially at the Para road known as Madani. Presently, the Para Coconut Tree Road, Akka Madani Road, famous for Deer Zindagi Road, is always full of tourists and people clicking and making posts for social media. Here, the tourists are often seen blocking the road. Even the residents and the panchayat are upset with this.
Now, the locals from Para have been facing issues of traffic congestion and nuisance due to the tourists, especially at the Para road, which is known as Madani. Presently, this road, which is famous in movies like Deer Zindagi and several others, is always full with tourists, wherein people are clicking and making posts for their social media. Now, social media has turned nuisance for the locals as well as the commuters on this road. Even the residents and panchayat are upset about the same. One of the residents also said that tourists are taking selfies doing photo shoot, which is not a problem, but they shouldn't create problem to the people and locals traveling on this road. Often it is seen that people are here but creating nuisance for the commuters. Watch.
The question for Para Madani, that street, has actually become like a nuisance to the locals and the people staying around. Taking selfies and doing shootouts and all, it is not a problem, it is not an issue, but it should not be a nuisance to the public who are actually the locals and people traveling on the road. Since it is a PWD road, the tourists should understand that the road is supposed to be for the vehicles and not for the shooting. In case if they want to do some shooting, they should maintain some kind of a respect to the people who are traveling on the road, so that free flow of traffic should be understood. Not that like they just for them it is a holiday, but for others locals like it is actually a nuisance. So that is why actually they should understand why the locals are getting irritated on this nuisance kind of thing. Otherwise, for us, like it is good thing like our street is famous for the particular place, but then at times like it is very nuisance.
आयज आमी माडानी रोडाचेर उबे आहा. हो रोड आहा पळय हो ट्युरिस्टांक सदींच बिजी आसता. सकाळचे पळय ट्युरिस्ट स्टार्ट जाता पळय ते सांजचे रात जायसर हांगा ट्युरिस्ट आसतात आनी इतलो ट्युरिस्ट हांगासर रस्त्यार आसल्या कारणान ते पार्किंगूय रस्त्यार करताले पयले आनी हो रोडूय बिजी. तर आमचे हे लोकल्स लोक जे हे रोडा वयसून वयताले तांकां खूब प्रॉब्लम येवंक लागले. म्हणून आमकां खूब कंप्लेनां येयली. हो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करपाक आमकां खुबश्यो गोश्टी हांगासर हाडच्यो पडल्यो. हांगासर पार्किंग नासल्या कारणान ते रस्त्यार पार्किंग करताले, म्हणून आमकां खंय तरी तांकां पार्किंग करून दिवचें पडलें. मागीर आमी एक चर्च एंडाक पार्किंग केलें आनी दुसरें हांगासर एक पार्किंग केलें. आतां ही पार्किंग आसा पळय ती पंचायती कडेन लँड ना, सो आमी कोणाची तरी ती पार्किंग घेतली, तांकांय आमकां कंट्रिब्यूट करचें पडटा आनी हांगासर स्टाफ घातलो. ह्यो गाडयो ज्यो आहा त्यो पार्किंगाक लावन स्टाफ घातलो हांगासर, जेणे करून हांगल्ली जी ट्रॅफीक आहा ती स्मूथ जावची म्हणून. आतां आमी गाडयो सगळ्यो तुमकां दिसता हांगासर पार्किंगान लायिल्ल्यो आहा, तश्योच त्या एंडाक पार्किंगाक लायिल्ल्यो आहा. पूण हे जे ट्युरिस्ट येतात ते ट्युरिस्ट रस्त्याचेर रावता. कित्याक तांकां खबर ना हो रस्तो आहा तो ट्रॅफिकाचो म्हणून. पूण ते हॉलिडे मोडाचेर आसतात, ते हांगा येतात, हांगा फोटो काडपाक तांकां आवडटा, हांगासर ते रस्त्यार रावतात. कितले सांगले बसून जाल्यार ते आयकनात. आमचो स्टाफ आहा तो सांगत आसता तांकां, तेंचे कडेन खुबदां तेंचे आर्ग्युमेंट जातात. तांकां दिसता की बाबा हो रस्तो फक्त तांकां फोटो काडपाक केला. मागीर तांकां सांगून कन्विन्स करून खुबश्यो आमकां हांगा डिफिकल्टी येतात. लोकांकूय हांगा खूब डिफिकल्टी जाता. पूण तरी तितूंतल्या तितून आमी आमचे 100% घालून आमी हो प्रॉब्लम हांगासरलो सॉल्व करपाची पूर्ण आमी आमची हे हांगासर हे करतात. आतां इतले आसोन बसून इतले करून बसून हांगासर आमकां हे प्रॉब्लम आसात, पूण तरी पूण तितूंतल्या तितून आमी आमचे प्रयत्न घालून हो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करपाची प्रयत्न आहा आमचो.
It's a Herald TV Bureau report.
Father Agnello Youth Sports Club of Paroda emerged as champions of the Agasai Cup football tournament held at AYC ground on Sunday, defeating Parish Youth Nue by a solitary goal. Selton Fernandez from Father Agnello YSC Paroda was awarded the man of the match.
Father Agnello Youth Sports Club emerged victorious in the Agasai Cup football tournament finals. Father Agnello YSC dominated in the first 20 minutes and had missed scoring opportunities by Selton Fernandez. Parish Youth Nue also had a chance to score in the first half, but Michelin Barreto failed to capitalize on it from close range. The crucial goal was scored in the 69th minute by Father Agnello YSC through a free kick taken by a substitute Renzel Vaz. The winners of Father Agnello YSC received a cash prize of Rs 40,000 along with trophies, while the runners-up Parish Youth Nue were awarded a cash prize of Rs 30,000 with trophies. Inasin Arona for Herald TV.
Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on O Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.